Hey everyone, I'm Paul Walker from the GH Spoilers YouTube channel. It is currently pouring rain here in New York tonight, which honestly feels incredibly fitting for the absolute storm of chaos brewing in Port Charles right now. Let's just dive right into the spoilers for Friday, May 22, because there is so much to unpack and my brain is already doing backflips trying to connect all these dots. Okay, so I've been thinking about this whole Lulu and Dante situation and it is seriously stressing me out. Like, Dante is completely putting his foot down. He tells Lulu that she's going to make Rocco a fugitive over his dead body. And part of me is like, yes, Dante, thank you for being the rational one, because running away never works on this show. I think it was episode 12, or maybe 13. Somewhere around there when someone tried to run and it ended in a massive disaster. But then again, Dante is a cop, so his brain is wired to trust the system, even though the system is completely broken when it comes to Ross Cullum and the WSB. Wait, actually, let me back up. First, I should mention why Lulu is even considering this extreme option. Lulu is frantic because Cullum is out of the hospital. Rocco shot him, which, by the way, I am still trying to wrap my head around how Rocco even managed that without getting caught immediately. But the point is, Lulu is terrified. She meets with Ethan Lovett and basically tells him that if she leaves town, she might have to stay gone forever. And Ethan is totally ready to help her get fake passports. But then Dante finds out and just erupts. Here's what's bugging me though. Dante decides to get in touch with Nathan or Cassius, whatever we're calling him these days, to urge him to prove his loyalty. Dante basically blames Cassius for putting this whole runaway idea into Lulu's head. But wait, why would Dante trust Cassius to block Lulu's escape? I mean, not exactly trust, but kind of. Dante knows Cassius was helping Lulu cover up the shooting. So maybe he thinks Cassius has enough influence over her to stop her. Or maybe not. I don't know. The whole thing is just weird. Dante is playing a very dangerous game by involving a guy who is currently holding Josslyn Jax hostage. And speaking of Dante's history, let's really think about where his head is at. Dante is a guy who has had to arrest his own family members before. He knows exactly what it feels like to be torn between the badge and the bloodline. So when he screams over my dead body at Lulu, it's not just cop bravado. It's deep unresolved trauma. He cannot fathom his own son living on the run like some cartel fugitive. Actually, no, wait. Maybe it is about control. Dante lost control of Rocco when the kid went to the pier, and now he is overcompensating by trying to lock down every single variable. But then we have Britt Westbourne. Apparently Britt wants to meet up with Cassius too on Thursday or Friday. Because Britt is just completely done. She wants to leave Port Charles as soon as possible. She's looking at her Huntington's disease. She's looking at the Cullum situation. And she just wants to vanish into thin air. But Cassius warns her that the danger won't go away if she exits. Actually, no, wait. Why is Cassius suddenly the voice of reason here? He's a literal kidnapper, but he's right. If Britt leaves, Cullum is still going to come after Rocco. Because here is the terrifying part that is keeping me awake. Cullum knows, or at least he just put it together that Rocco's likely his shooter. He realized that Jason falsely confessed on the pier to protect someone, and that someone is Dante and Lulu's kid. Probably doesn't matter, but I noticed the timeline on this is super compressed. Cullum figures this out right as Danny and Charlotte Cassadine are breaking into Wyndemere. So now Cullum has a motive to retaliate against Rocco, but he also has Danny cornered in the catacombs. It's like Cullum is playing 3D chess while everyone else is playing checkers. What was I saying? Oh right, Wyndemere. Let's talk about Josslyn Jax because I am obsessed with her survival instincts right now. Josslyn is stuck in captivity and she finally makes her move. She ambushes Cassius by literally smashing the chair over him. I love this for her. But then again, that doesn't explain why she thinks she can just outrun him in a castle. She doesn't know. Cassius might regain the upper hand quickly because, well, he's a Phazon. He's built for this kind of psycho behavior. He can probably take a chair to the back and just shake it off. Okay, wait, let me back up again. Before she hits him, or maybe after, Josslyn rants at Cassius about Anna Devane. Because Josslyn found that message on the wall, the one that said Anna was held captive there on the 31st of October 2025. Josslyn is disgusted. She basically tells Cassius that staying silent and doing nothing while Anna was tortured makes him just as responsible as the people who actually did it. She is holding a mirror up to his hypocrisy. And Cassius tries to defend himself. He argues that he wasn't part of all that with Anna. But Josslyn is having none of it. She insists he did that to Anna too by being complicit. It's weird. Like, really weird. Cassius is trying so hard to pretend he's a good guy, that he's Nathan, but he's literally holding a teenage girl hostage in the exact same room where his family tortured a WSB legend. The cognitive dissonance is staggering. I mean, how does he sleep at night? He is literally standing in a room, soaked in his family's sins, and telling Josslyn he is innocent. Let's think about that October 31 date for a second. Halloween. Of course, it was Halloween when Anna was taken. The Phasons love their theatrical timing. Josslyn, realizing the gravity of the room she is in, must be terrifying. She isn't just locked in a basement. She is locked in a psychological torture chamber designed for super spies. The fact that she has the nerve to pick up a chair and swing it at a guy, twice her size, shows exactly how much of her mother Carly is in her DNA. Okay, I know I just said the opposite about Wyndemere being all about Josslyn, but hear me out. Lucas Jones is also at Wyndemere, and he is picking fights with Pascal, the butler. Lucas faces off with Pascal and asks him point blank why the butler hasn't told Jen Sidwell that he wants Lucas dead so badly. Lucas is totally pushing Pascal's buttons. But why? What is Lucas's endgame here? Is he trying to get Pascal to slip up and reveal something about Sidwell's operation? It's just, who even is Pascal? Why does a butler have a vendetta against Lucas? Is Pascal secretly working for someone else? Soap opera butlers are never just butlers. They are always assassins or secret heirs or something. Lucas poking the bear seems incredibly reckless, especially when Jen Sidwell is already threatening everyone in town. But maybe Lucas figures he has nothing to lose. Or maybe he is trying to create a distraction so someone else can move around the castle. Anyway, the point is... Wait, what was the point? Oh, right, the rest of Port Charles. Let's pivot to the Quartermaine mansion because Alexis Davis has some massive news to share with Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quartermaine. Alexis has a new lead on Phoebe's mother, Delilah Wilson. Apparently, Alexis showed Ava Jerome a picture of Delilah's tattoo, and Ava actually recognized it. Ava gives Alexis some crucial information, and Alexis immediately takes it to Brooklyn and Chase. First, I should mention why Ava would know about this tattoo. Delilah had luggage full of art gallery lists. Ava is an art dealer who deals in shady underground markets. It makes perfect sense. But I'm overthinking what this tattoo actually means. Is it a gang symbol, a secret society, or just a really specific artist signature? Whatever it is, Brooklyn and Chase are desperate to eliminate any family contenders so they can adopt Phoebe safely. But they have no idea what kind of hornet's nest they are poking by looking into Delilah's past. And this is where my brain just explodes. Ethan Lovett shows up at the Quartermaine mansion to speak with Tracy Quartermaine. Ethan, the guy who secretly burned a photo of Delilah because he clearly has a connection to her. And maybe even to baby Phoebe. Will Ethan voice any concerns about Lulu and Rocco while he's there? Probably. But I am way more interested in him being in the same house as his potential secret child. I keep changing my mind mid-thought on Ethan. Like, is he trying to protect Phoebe by staying away? Or is he plotting to take her? He's Sonny's new bodyguard, he's helping Lulu get fake passports, and now he's chatting with Tracy. Ethan is everywhere. He is the glue holding like 3 different storylines together right now and nobody even realizes it. Tracy is a shark though. If Ethan is hiding a secret about Phoebe, Tracy will smell it on him. I would pay good money to see a verbal sparring match between Ethan and Tracy Quartermaine. Okay, what else? Oh, Nina Reeves and Jack Brennan. This is the messiest situation on the entire show. Nina accidentally stabbed Brennan with Drew's paralytic and he jolted. I thought maybe the jolt meant the medicine didn't fully go in. But no. The spoilers for Friday suggest that Nina moved forward with the injection despite the scare she got. She just pushed the plunger all the way down, so now Brennan is going to be stuck in this paralyzed, locked in predicament for a while. It's just, I can't even. Nina is standing there with a sedated WSB field office boss on the floor. Valentine is probably losing his mind trying to figure out how to hide him. And Willow is just taking control of her own future because Brennan is now completely useless for leverage against Drew. Basically, Nina tried to help and ended up neutralizing the one guy who could have solved Willow's problem. Classic Nina. Sort of, she meant well, but the execution was an absolute disaster. And don't forget, Drew is in the next room listening to all of this. Drew's medicine is wearing off. He was wiggling his fingers earlier. While Nina and Valentine are panicking over Brennan's paralyzed body, Drew is probably plotting his own escape. If Nina leaves that syringe on the table, or if she turns her back for 5 minutes, Drew's going to find a way out. The irony of Nina paralyzing Brennan with a drug meant for Drew while Drew slowly regains his mobility is just peak daytime television. Or maybe not, I don't know. Willow did say she was going to handle Drew herself. Maybe Willow walks in, sees the mess Nina made, and just coldly administers another dose to Drew to keep him compliant for Sidwell. Willow has gotten so dark lately. She is literally willing to keep a man chemically paralyzed to protect her own secret. It's a massive shift for her character, and I am kind of here for it, even though it's terrifying. So yeah, that's where my head is at. I'm half analyzing, half just thinking out loud here. But Friday's episode is going to be insane. Dante and Lulu at war over their son. Josslyn fighting for her life with a piece of furniture in a haunted basement. Alexis cracking the tattoo code with Ava's help Ethan, lurking around the Quartermain mansion. And Nina, standing over a paralyzed federal agent. It is a lot. I need to go to sleep. But I know I'm just going to lie awake thinking about how Cullum is going to react when he finally corners Danny and Charlotte. Anyway, thanks for sticking with my rambling. I'll see you guys in the next update.